Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. From touchdowns to liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, peoples? How we doing? Happy Thursday to you. Guess what? I got to go back to work tomorrow, man. My vacation ends today. I got to work tomorrow. Um, but yeah, it's all good. It is all good. So what's going on? Hope you had a good Thursday. Day after the holidays. Hope you didn't eat yourself into a stupor. I know I almost did a couple times, but we keeping it moving into the new year, doing some good things. Happy New Year to everybody. Chris 3K, what it do? On a Friday. Yeah, it's one of those things. That's just how it falls. And then they got the rule that you can't push your PTO time into the new year. So you got to use it on this side. If I use it on the other side, then that taps into the New Year's PTO time and all of that type of stuff. So it was just like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I enjoy what I do, so it's not working. You know what I mean? So I can say that. I love what I do. I love the place that I am, so I'm good to go. But it won't be too bad. I still might do like a live at lunch tomorrow on my lunchtime. So it is all good in the hood, man. So what's going on with everybody? Been checking out the news, looking at Dave Zangaro and the injury reports. Jalen Carter's got a hurt hip. N'Kobe's not going to play. Goddard's out. Lane Johnson's out. Jalen Phillips is out. Jahad Campbell. He had full practice. So looks like Jahad Campbell is going to play this weekend. But all the usual suspects, we know they was going to be out. They sitting everybody. So we knew what they were going to do. We knew what they're going to do. I think they just putting that on there. I don't think he was going to play anyway. So remember, they rested everybody. So I don't even know if they're going to dress. It'll be interesting to see who dresses and who doesn't. So, but that's okay. That's okay. We knew this was coming. So just give them that extra rest. Let them do what they got to do. And then we can keep it moving. I fully expect for our backups to handle Washington. That's what I expect. The only issue, excuse me, and I was thinking about that, is somebody going to have to get hands on Debo. Because when that joker get rolling, he get rolling. So, but it's all the same stuff. If we can get to the quarterback, if we can win the line of scrimmage, do what we need to do. They know how to play football. If you stepping on the field, the expectations for you are there. I saw the situation with Marcus Epps, concussion after practice. He must have had a headache and all of that type of stuff. So he's in concussion protocol. So he's out. So we thin-skinned at safety again, and don't be surprised if we're going to see Keely Ringo this weekend. And guess where they're going to target? You already know. Chris, I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. Detroit is on the struggle bus right now. So I know Dan Campbell going to have them playing for pride before the end of the year. But they are on the struggle bus. And if Chicago shows up like they showed up in San Francisco, Detroit is going to lose that game. But that's a big if. Because Caleb went toe-to-toe with Brock Purdy. Now, first of all, who would have thought that? Who would have thought those two quarterbacks would be going toe-to-toe, putting that many points? Because now I'm looking at the defenses like, yo, you couldn't stop Brock Purdy. You couldn't stop Caleb Williams. That's what I'm looking at. The defenses So I'm thinking that, um, are they going to be able to stop? Is Chicago's defense going to be able to stop Jameer Gibbs? You know, is Detroit, or do they already have their tickets to Cancun? I'm there. You go, man. There you go. Do they already have the tickets made out, printed out on the phone? You know, in their Apple wallet. They already got them tickets ready to go, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope they show up. I hope they show up. So you don't know if the backup's winning on Sunday. I don't know if they winning either, but I expect them to put out a good effort. That's what I expect. But at this point, I don't care who we face in the playoff in the first round. I don't care if it's a wild card. I don't care. I don't care what it is. If they got to come to Philly, they got problems. If we got to go to them, they got problems. That's how I see it. Any way you slice it, they're gonna have issues. So we gonna do what we got to do. Whoever comes our way comes our way. Don't nobody want to see us, and don't nobody want to come down I-95. So it is what it is, man. So I don't get too much. Yes, I would like to have 2 home games in the playoffs, but we got to do what we got to do. We got to play what we got to play. Um, let the cards fall where they may. We in the show. As long as you in, you in. I don't care where we got to go. I don't care who we got to play, what we got to do. We are in the playoffs. That's the only thing that matters. Because you might have a lot of teams in there that don't have playoff experience. That matters. That type of stuff matters, man. So what's up, Carlos? Um, yeah, Detroit having that turnover at OC. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But guess what? Ain't it funny that it wasn't a problem when Jameer Gibbs was running all over everybody? See, I got 2 thoughts to that because I look at it like remember when Josh Allen got his offensive coordinator fired after he had that 3-pick game, and it's like that offensive coordinator didn't tell you to throw picks. That ain't his fault. That's again that player execution failure. So I think is the offense good enough? I don't know. I don't know, Berg. But I know this. I know Kevin Patullo knows he's on the hot seat. I know that. I know he's coaching for a job because I'll be very surprised. I would be extremely surprised if Howie Roseman keeps him on the roster, keeps him on the staff. I'll be very surprised if they keep Kevin Patullo. So we would have to have a phenomenal offensive run in the playoffs. That's what it would take to keep Kevin Patullo's position. He would have to have a phenomenal run on offense. And I'm specifically talking about the offense. We need to be putting up 300 yards every game in the playoffs. That's what Kevin Patullo needs to do for him to keep his job in Philadelphia, in my opinion. Our offense needs to look stellar all 4 quarters, every game. Every game. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. That is the thing that everybody talks about. I guess that's Hurt's superpower, man. I guess that's a superpower. Like, listen, let me start the campaign now. Get Eric Bieniemy in here. Get Eric. That would be my choice. Get Eric Bieniemy in here. Somebody that's not from Philly. He's good at what he does. He's got Super Bowl pedigree. He's coached under Andy Reid, so he knows how to coach hard. He knows how to coach star players. So, hey, I want to see it. I want to see it. So, what do I think happens? Left the Eagle Eye podcast in the middle of a great question. What do you think happens to McKee next year? If Howie Roseman can get some trade bait for him, I think Howie Roseman will pull that trigger because he's playing well. If he's good, he stands to make himself a lot of money if he has a good game this weekend. He stands to make a lot of money because he's going to put everybody on notice that he is the premier backup that should be a starter. That's what that's going to look like. He is the guy that's a backup that should be a starter. So, or at least he should have the opportunity to be a starter. But the one thing you got to remember, if we get rid of Tanner McKee, he's back to square one too. That's the one thing people forget. If he goes somewhere else, he's back to square one. He's dealing with an offense that he doesn't know. He's dealing with a coach and a coordinator that he doesn't know. So he's back to square one. Can he get up to speed? Can he get proficient with a new offense like he was in the Eagles offense? That's the kind of stuff that you got to take into consideration. The learning curve that you have to go through when you go to a new team. It's not always seamless. It's not always good. There's been plenty of guys that go to new situations and they're like, this is what y'all playing? Happens all the time. So there's some X factors in Tanner McKee going somewhere else. Because now he's got to learn a new offense and you got to learn your personnel. He's got to go through all of those lumps. He got to take all them lumps because now he's on the new team, new environment, new coaches, new voice, all of that type of stuff. And guess what? Whoever his new receiver is might not be as fast as A.J. Brown. His left tackle might not be as good as Jordan Mailata. So what I think, if the offer is good enough, I think Howie Roseman will use Tanner McKee as trade bait because we can get another backup. That's easy. We can pull any veteran off the scrap heap and let them be a backup so they can get an easy check, guaranteed. So I'm not. Whatever happens with Tanner McKee, I hope we keep him for another year. But I think his price may, if depending on what he does against Washington, his price might skyrocket. His price might skyrocket. And you know how we gonna be trying to stockpile draft picks? Because you already know that the talk for the draft has already started. We need offensive line and tight ends. So you already know. He's making calls. He got his binoculars out. He's looking. He's looking. This is when Howie starts to do his thing. Now he don't wait till the draft is a month away. He always got that phone on his hip. So McKee has got an opportunity to make himself a lot of money this weekend. Let's see if he does it. Or the possibility exists that he might choose the culture over the bag. He might choose the culture over the bag. He already got one ring. What if he wants another one? Or what if he's got the personality where he ain't trying to be the man? It all depends on what he wants. Because whatever deal is worked out, I would imagine that he's gonna have to agree to it. Unless it's like a trade or something, and how like he ain't got a choice to it. But you think for the most part, if Howie gets rid of Tanner McKee, arguably the best backup in the league, he is going to get some compensation for it. So the paying to getting it in his hand to poker is expensive. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Eagle Scouts were at the Oregon Texas Tech game. Yeah. Listen, man, they do their homework. Howie got them feelers out there, man. He got his binoculars on. He already looking. He got a team together. He got the A team out trying to figure out what to do next. So he gonna have some answers. This is what they're supposed to be doing. This is and you guys have heard me say this before. Howie is one of them people that I have supreme confidence with. I'm like, I don't care what he does because I know he's going to do what's best for the squad. I know that. I have supreme confidence that that's going to happen. So with Howie, I'm like, I'm hands off. You better at this than I could ever be. You do you. And that's you got to have that type of trust with him because he's proven it time and time again. He's had some misses. He's had some strikeouts, and that's okay. Everybody does. But if you're gonna look at the macro and look at everything he's done since 2015 to now, because let's be honest, when we won that Super Bowl in 2017, that process started in like 2014, 2015. Stockpiling and making the right moves and getting the right people in so they can be developed. And when the time came, we put the best team on the field. So Howie can do no wrong in my eyes. And I'm saying that after, because I ain't gonna lie, I felt some kind of way when he fired Doug Peterson. I don't know what he was doing, but that's a prime example of stop with what you hear on the radio and on the outside looking in, because they don't know. Because everybody was looking at Howie like, how you gonna get rid of a Super Bowl winning quarterback? He got you your first franchise championship, and you just gonna kick him to the curb? Turns out he was right. Imagine that. He knows more than we do. So I got supreme confidence in Howie Roseman. If he say Tanner McKee gotta go, he gone. If he say he stay, he stay. If we can trade him and get a couple of picks for him and move up to get a tight end or offensive tackle or whatever the situation is, I know Howie Roseman is always thinking 3 moves ahead, more like 6 and 7. So I got trust in him like that he's going to make the right move, get the right person, and we'll be good for it. I'm not worried about it. Trade Tanner for OC. Who's saying that Wentz was cooked? Wentz was never the same after he took that concussion. Not as bad as Antonio Brown, but the same, in my opinion, kind of the same results. He was just never the same. Ole Miss just took the lead. I watched some of that Indiana Alabama game. That was an ass whooping. Indiana I know they quarterback got hurt. What was his name? Ty Simpson. He went down, but that was in the third quarter, and Indiana was still. They had a hold of it. Oh, he cooking up Georgia right now. Nice. Shout out to the low ranked teams, man. Really getting it done. The teams that you didn't expect. Nobody expected Indiana to be number 1 in the country. Nobody saw that shit coming. Nobody. So shout out to them teams, man, that just wrecking shop and doing what they got to do. Westbrook. Are there any college coaches who might be our OC next year? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure there are. I'm sure that every year there's going to be a couple of coordinators that move up to the pro ranks. I can't think of any by name, but I'm quite positive there's some out there that could do that. Yeah, Lincoln Riley. Yeah. We'll see. Yeah, Eric Bieniemy should have been a head coach. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's very odd to me. That's very odd to me. And it was to the point it was obvious. It was obvious. What's up, Mortis? I absolutely love Tanner, not to the point where I'm one of the guys thinking about he should be QB1, but I hope we resign him as a backup so we can have a QB1A and 1B for a few more years. Only one more year because his contract's up in 26. So we'll see what they do. You already know how he's on the case, man. You already know. Charlie Weiss. I forgot about Charlie Weiss. David Shaw as coordinator? Possible. It's possible. If y'all remember, the situation with Doug Peterson happened so late in the game. One of the reasons we ended up hiring Nick Sirianni was because the firing happened so late in the game that when it happened, we didn't have many options to look at other coaches because everybody was already solidified at either at a new team, new contract, whatever the situation is. That's why we didn't get Vic Fangio that year. We supposed to get we were already talking with Fangio, but he had already committed to Miami. He gave Miami his word, so he stayed there. He wanted to come to Philadelphia though, because this is, I believe he's from here. But he kept his word. He had already given his word to Miami, so he stayed and did his 2 years and before he was out of there. And them jokers down there throwing rocks as he's leaving and all that kind of nonsense, man. And now you know. You on the struggle bus. So all I want is get somebody in here that can get the job done. Preferably somebody that's a little hard-nosed, that knows how to coach hard and be fair. But I would imagine it's like that for any coach you say you want. Get somebody in the door and keep it moving. What's up, K-Sap? K-Sap, we got to connect, man. We got to connect, man, before we get back into the basketball thing, man. Yeah, Gannon did that, but guess what? Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So, yes, Gannon strung us out. It cost us Fangio, but guess what? We still got a ring out the deal. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Gannon got us to the game with that defense, but we couldn't get over the hump. We didn't get over the hump. So guess what? It all worked out in the end, didn't it? That's the way it goes sometimes. You got to play the game, and the game ain't fair. So it's good to go. Julian Lord, when he take over, better not get rid of Howie. That would be the dumbest thing this franchise has done in the yeah, you're right. I don't think he would. You don't hear much about Julian Lord. You don't hear much about him at all. You don't know what kind of kid he is. You don't know if he's super smart. You know, was he valedictorian at Cambridge or something like that? I don't know. We don't know much about him. Although all we know is he Jeffrey Lurie's son, and if something happened, everything goes to him. So you the new owner, bro. So I don't know. I haven't heard much about him at all. Ain't nobody even thinking about that, man. Ain't nobody even thinking about that. That's a boost for them, not us. We supposed to win that game, and if we lose it, it'll be a surprise. But you know, that's a long way away. A lot of things can happen. What's up, Arthur? Appreciate you, bro. So, but it's all good, man. We just gotta handle our business. You know, Detroit's got a chance against Chicago that can get us up to that number 2, but they're gonna have to be on point. They're gonna have to be on point. So, Alfredo, what's going on, dude? We're going to beat the Commanders. The Lions are playing their starters, and we'll beat the Bears. Nice. I actually think the 1 seed gets bounced in the divisional round, and we get the whole playoff picture. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Kind of like when Detroit lost to Washington. Was that last year? Who had that on their bingo card? Hey, man, that's why I say every game is a season. Every game is a season. It's amazing how coaching matters. We have young defense that's coachable. Miami didn't give Fangio a chance, but they had older roster that want to be coached. Yeah, we do. And to me, the biggest telltale sign was when Fangio left Miami and everybody was making TikTok videos expressing their happiness when he left and some of the attitudes and stuff down there. You know, You don't want to kick in the door and be a caretaker. You want to weed out what you don't need and make the right moves. So when Fangio left, who was that? Jalen Ramsey and guys was making TikTok videos, kicking rocks and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, man, y'all just being straight up disrespectful. And guess what? Y'all ain't won shit. You didn't win shit before he got there, and you ain't winning shit after he left. Rod 28, you a Rams fan? Might be a rematch. Yeah, they would be mad if that happened. Yes, I agree with you. They would be a little bit upset, a little testy. So, we ain't got no control over that, man. Whoever they say we got to play, that's who we gonna play. Damn it, that's who That's who we gonna play. Whoever they say, whoever they put on the schedule, so be it. So be it. So, but listen, man. I just want to come rock with y'all for a minute. It's about a half hour. I'm going to bed early tonight because I got to get up and do some things for work tomorrow. But wanted to do my late night. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to stay longer, but I'm just straight up tired. I'm just straight up tired right now, dude. So, but I will tell you this though. I cannot wait once I get my stuff together. I cannot wait to debut my new theme song. It's kind of dope. Kind of dope. So can't wait. Gotta get the stuff together for that. And I'm working. It'll be good. We're gonna handle business this weekend. We are going to handle business this weekend. So I'm quite happy about that. And I'm quite confident. So no worries here, man. So I just wanted to have a quick one with you today. We rocking about 30 minutes. That's all we need to go. Get your point across and keep it moving. So I'm gonna be up out of here. I might go live at lunch tomorrow. I'm not sure. Depends on how busy I am. And we're gonna do it again because guess what? The playoffs start next week, y'all. Playoffs start next week. So we're gonna get it done. But I'm gonna get up out of here. Good night to y'all. Dankberg gang, Afrado, 63 Mortis, Notariu 4582, Rod 28, 215, Bleed Green, Darth Panda, everybody. Appreciate you. If I miss you, charge it to my head, not my heart. My man K-Sap in the building. Everybody, man, I appreciate you. Chris 3K up in there, Carlos up in there, Anthony. Everybody, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Go Birds.